Have you ever sat in a room full of noise and suddenly realized that the loudest voice isn't coming from outside but from inside your own mind? Not the traffic, not the hum of conversation, not the television in the background, just your thoughts churning like waves. Anxious, repetitive, unforgiving. It is as if our minds have become machines constantly scanning the past for regrets and the future for dangers. We rarely land in the present. We rarely just sit with ourselves. We live in an era more connected than any before it, yet we feel deeply disconnected not from the world, but from ourselves. Not of everything, but of the illusion of control. So much of our suffering is not caused by the events themselves but by our resistance to them. It means being okay with not knowing, not having, not doing just for a little while. We tell ourselves, this shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't have said that. I should be farther along by now. They listen more than they speak. They observe more than they judge. You'll notice the itch to escape, the urge to reach for your phone, to distract, to numb. That's okay. Don't judge it. Just notice it. Awareness is the beginning of change. It's clarity. And the more time you spend in that quiet, the more you begin to recognize the voice that has always been beneath the noise, not the anxious one, not the fearful one, but the still one, the wise one, the one that knows how to be. Sit with yourself like you would sit with a friend. Patient, kind, curious. No need to fix. Just be. They move slowly, but with purpose. And they don't rush to fill the silence because they've made peace with it. The mind clings to its story of how things should be. And when reality doesn't match, we suffer. But what if we allowed things to be exactly as they are, just for a moment? What if we didn't need to fix every discomfort, explain every emotion, or control every outcome? We know how to scroll, refresh, and respond, but we've forgotten how to reflect. When was the last time you allowed yourself to just exist without music, without conversation, without your phone in your hand? Just you and your breath. Just you and your thoughts. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? Stillness can be unnerving. Silence can feel loud, yet their writings overflow with calm. Why? Because they understood a simple truth. The only real control we have is over our own mind. Everything else, status, relationships, recognition, even our health is uncertain. In observing instead of reacting, in understanding instead of assuming. And slowly, something begins to shift. You start to feel a little less hurried, a little less attached, a little more grounded. And that's where peace lives, not in some distant future where everything finally makes sense, but right here, in this breath. To anchor your peace in external things is to build a house on sand, but to root it within yourself, that's how you become unshakable. And presence, real presence, can expose all the things we've been running from. Because when the world stops shouting at us, the voice inside finally gets a chance to speak, hand it off, and says things we don't want to hear. We consume so much information and produce so many opinions, but we rarely sit with silence. And perhaps that's the true noise, not the external distractions, but the inner chaos that surfaces when everything else goes quiet. Think about it. But what if we stopped running? What if we didn't resist the silence, but leaned into it? What if peace wasn't something we had to chase, but something we had to remember? A deep inner stillness, a freedom from disturbance. It is not the kind of peace that comes from external comfort like a quiet beach or a day without obligations. No, ataraxia is the calm you carry with you, even in the middle of the storm. It's when the world pulls and pushes, but your center holds. It's the kind of peace that can't be bought, borrowed, or broken. Something already within us, buried under layers of distraction, fear, and expectation. The ancient philosophers had a word for this kind of peace, ataraxia. And how do we begin to find it? By letting go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means softening your grip. It means responding rather than reacting. It means choosing presence over perfection. There's a quiet power in people who no longer need to win every argument, prove every point, or defend every belief. Think of the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca. These were men surrounded by war, politics, betrayal, uncertainty. Of course, this isn't easy. Stillness can be painful at first. There's beauty in this practice. So the next time your mind spirals, when the noise inside grows louder than the world outside, remember, stillness isn't emptiness.